Golden Bachelorette mansion men give shocking opinions on Mel Owens. September 29th, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Bachelor Nation News fans. Joan Vassos' Golden Bachelorette mansion men are sharing their shocking opinions of the Golden Bachelor lead, Mel Owens. The former football player came in after much controversy and drama. But what are past cast members saying? Moreover, are they cutting him some slack? Keep reading for more details on what they had to say, as they did not hold back. Mansion men give shocking opinions on Mel Owens. The first season of The Golden Bachelorette saw the rise of the Mansion Men. It was a name given to Joan Vassos' Suitors by Captain Kim Buki, as he encouraged them to record a fun song for Joan. Not everyone was on board with this, but it became a nickname for the men, and it has not gone away just yet. The guys from the show have become very close, and it erases the pain of not winning in the end. Many have moved on with other partners, which has been great to see. Now, Season 2 of The Golden Bachelor has begun airing, with lead Mel Owens. He came onto the scene after saying some controversial things about age and what he was looking for. The former football player turned lawyer stated that he wanted someone young. Moreover, he did not want any fake hair or wigs. The women vying for his heart called him out in the season premiere, and now the former mansion men are speaking up. Pascal Ibgui called Mel miscast in the lead and doesn't believe that he is sincere. Furthermore, he addressed some of Mel's previous comments and how that has tainted him. Pascal also noted that he felt the show could have chosen better and that Mel Owens is in over his head as well as stiff. The former Golden Bachelorette star shared his thoughts with his former housemate on the show, Jordan Heller. Pascal and Jordan were in the top 4 for Joan's season and did the hometown visits. Jack Lencioni, also from Joan's season, seemed to feel the same way about Mel. Fans agree with the Mansion Men. Many who heard Pascal Ibgui, Jordan Heller, and Jack Lencioni speak out about Mel Owens felt the exact same way. They agreed with the Golden Bachelorette alums and did not believe Mel was right for the lead. However, they called out Pascal as they felt he was no better than Mel when it came to age. He seemed to want someone young if he had been cast as the Golden Bachelor, so it was the pot calling the kettle black. Ultimately, viewers felt that someone from Joan's season should have been the lead. Not crazy about Mel at all, whoever he picks it's not going to last, they should have picked one of the men from the Golden Bachelorette. I'm not even watching this season, one of the guys from the Goldens should have been the lead. I loved the group of men on the first Golden Bachelorette. Any one of those 3 guys would have been great. Mel is stiff and not a good choice. So many wonderful men on the season to pick from, and this is what they choose. SMH. Hopefully, the Mansion Men will get another chance to shine in an upcoming season. Several made a splash on Bachelor in Paradise, so maybe they will return for more fun in the sun. Are you surprised by what the men had to say about Mel, or do you agree wholeheartedly? Let us know and watch The Golden Bachelor Wednesdays on ABC. The chandeliers of the Golden Bachelorette mansion glistened under the California sun, refracting light across freshly polished marble floors, as if the house itself were winking at the cameras. The premiere had already delivered its first dose of glitter and gasp-worthy moments, but inside those opulent walls, the men, this unique group of seasoned bachelors ranging from their late 50s to early 70s, were buzzing about one thing: Mel Owens. Not a contestant, not a rival, not even a silent figure in the background. No, Mel Owens, the charismatic but controversial Golden Bachelor from last season, had returned, this time not as the leading man searching for love, but as a polarizing presence hanging over the mansion like an uninvited ghost. And the Mansion Men were not holding back with their shocking opinions. Whispers at the cocktail hour. The cocktail lounge of the mansion had become the unofficial confession booth. Whiskey glasses clinked, martinis were sipped, and in between laughter, the whispers began. "I'll tell you this much," said Donnie, 63, a retired firefighter from Ohio, adjusting his cufflinks like he was prepping for battle. "Mel Owens plays the cameras like a fiddle. That man smiles, but behind the eyes, calculations." Richard, 70, a widower who walked with quiet dignity, disagreed. "Come on, Donnie. You can't deny he brought warmth. Half of America swooned every time he opened his mouth." But the other half, cut in Frank, 66, the loudest of the group, rolled their eyes so hard they nearly sprained something. "Mel's like that guy at the bar who says he's buying around, but somehow your card gets swiped." The men laughed, but the undercurrent was serious. Was Mel Owens authentic, or had the cameras turned him into something unrecognizable? The shadow of Mel. It wasn't just idle gossip. Mel's season had ended with fireworks that still lingered in public memory. His whirlwind romance, his dramatic finale declarations, and his polarizing behavior with contestants had all become tabloid fodder. Now, as the new Golden Bachelorette searched for her forever love among these men, the looming comparisons were inevitable. Hank, 62, a jazz musician from New Orleans, summed it up with a laugh that wasn't entirely humorous. Every time I take the Bachelorette out for a chat, I feel like she's got Mel Owens' ghost sitting on her shoulder, like she's measuring us all against him. And let me tell you something, Mel's a tough act to follow, whether you loved him or not. The other men nodded. Mel wasn't even in the house, and yet he was somehow everywhere. His charm, his scandals, his memory woven into the fabric of the show. The confessionals. The producers knew exactly what they were doing. Confessional interviews with the men became arenas for them to drop truth bombs about Mel. George, 59, his silver hair combed to perfection, leaned toward the camera. Mel's the kind of guy who tells you he's your buddy, but then he's kissing the girl you were eyeing 10 seconds later. I respect his charisma, but I don't trust his playbook. Then came Calvin, 67, a retired Army colonel with posture straighter than a flagpole. In combat, you learn to trust people quickly. With Mel, my instincts say no. Too much flash, not enough substance. But not everyone sharpened their knives. Sam, 71, the soft-spoken poet from Vermont, smiled wistfully. Mel reminded America that men our age can still feel butterflies, still take risks, still believe in second chances. For that alone, I'll tip my hat to him. Contradictions piled on contradictions, and soon the mansion resembled less a fraternity of supportive men and more a courtroom debating the case of Mel Owens, hero or villain. The group date fallout. It all escalated during a group date, an elaborate picnic staged by the producers with red checkered blankets, gourmet charcuterie boards, and strategically placed champagne bottles. The Bachelorette had just stepped away with one of the frontrunners when the men, left to themselves, began sparring. "Look," Frank said, slapping a hunk of brie onto his plate with unnecessary force. Mel used people. He promised roses, whispered forever, then turned around and broke hearts on live television. You really think America's forgotten that? Or maybe, Richard countered, his tone calm but firm, he just realized love's messy. Isn't that what we're all doing here? Taking risks? Making promises we're not sure we can keep? The tension thickened until Donnie raised his glass and muttered, "I'll be damned if I get compared to that guy. Mel Owens ain't the yardstick for my worth." The cameras caught everything, the clash of egos, the simmering resentment, the haunted way Mel's name kept surfacing like a storm cloud. The secret admiration. Not all opinions were venomous. In hushed tones, some men admitted what others wouldn't dare to. Late one night, while the mansion slept, Eddie confessed to the producers. "I'll say it quietly, but Mel, he made it look easy. He stood there with that grin, those smooth one-liners, and you couldn't help but envy him. Half the time I wonder if I'm supposed to act more like him just to stand a chance." And there it was, the quiet confession that summed up the mansion's mood. For all their criticism, Mel Owens remained the benchmark, the man whose shadow stretched across every rose, every kiss, every stolen moment. The public's voice. Outside the mansion, fans weighed in. Social media lit up like fireworks every time Mel's name was dropped. Some posts praised him as a trailblazer, others dragged him for being a performer. The mansion men knew these debates weren't just in the house. They were happening everywhere, and sooner or later, the Bachelorette herself would have to weigh in. But until then, the men continued to spill their unfiltered thoughts, each comment shaping the narrative into something bigger than themselves. The shocking rose ceremony. The night of the second rose ceremony brought an unexpected twist. The host, with a mischievous twinkle in his eye, announced, "Gentlemen, before the Bachelorette makes her decisions tonight, we have a special message." The screen flickered, and there he was, Mel Owens himself, smiling at the camera, raising a glass. "Fellas, I know what you're going through, the mansion games, the doubts, the pressure, but here's my advice. Don't be me. Be yourself. Because trust me, being me isn't as easy as it looks. Gasps filled the room. Some men chuckled nervously, others rolled their eyes, and one or two looked downright furious. In that moment, the opinions solidified. Some admired his humility, others saw it as another performance. Either way, the Mansion men knew this: Mel Owens wasn't done with them yet. Not by a long shot. The legend of Mel Owens. Weeks later, after more roses had been handed out and more tears shed, the men would look back on those early nights and realize something. It wasn't just about competing for love. It wasn't even about the cameras or the glitz of Hollywood. It was about the shadow of one man, a man who wasn't in the mansion, but lived there anyway. And whether they loved him or loathed him, every single one of them had to admit, Mel Owens had changed the game forever.